Hello and welcome back, guys. Chicago Ted coming to you with another installment of the Golden Aegis cast series. This one being replay number 1656495956. A lot of fives, a lot of sixes, a lot of fun. Thank you to whoever sent in this replay, for whoever donated for it. Greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, with free camera set up, get rid of this little dashboard here. You can see my lovely name in the top right hand side. We'll get going. So for the Radiant side, this map, it's going to be Skywrath Mage being played by Edmund, Manuel Logan on the Earthshaker, Paradox on the Undying, RZ on the Leshrac, not to be confused with RTZ, and Flip on the Invoker. Meanwhile, Box Tops will be the Clockwork for the Dire, with Zacharific on the Witch Doctor. Food Stamps on the Viper, with Big Papa Bear playing the Huskar, and last but certainly not least, Noob Me on the Lion. So, a lot of effigies, taking a look at all of them, a lot of good stuff. So, looking forward to this game coming out. Looks like the Dire are going to be heading towards the runes right away. Radiant taking their dear sweet time in their base, grabbing two couriers. Kind of funny, but one of them being that little dung beetle courier. I love this guy. Hilarious little guy. So inscribe Scribbins the Scarab. Good stuff. Good couriers. You can judge a team by its courier 100 times. So, looks like Flip and Paradox, they want to try to contest this bottom rune. It's going to be kind of a toss-up for the top rune. Sorry, the toss-up for the bottom. It looks like ours. No, Box Tops actually gets it, but could drop because of it. No, puts down the cogs and gets himself away. Meanwhile, Food Stamps on the Viper will get the rune as well. Both going to the Dire side. And so, they will continue down this path right now. And we begin with the game. So Food Stamps should do pretty well in this lane against the Invoker. I don't see any real problems with this right now. I mean, Invoker kind of struggles to deal damage in the early game, and Viper doesn't. Not at all. He doesn't struggle to deal damage at any real point in the game, dealing more as time goes on, too. So he's going to get ganked, it looks like, by Manuel Logan, but he's also pretty tanky in the early parts of the game, so he's not really too worried about this. Manuel is actually going to walk right by, take a bit of harass, and then be done with it. So it looks like kind of moving around, doing his thing, and that's about it for him. Meanwhile, Noob Me goes straight on in. Paradox might be in a little bit of trouble, but it looks like they can't quite go on. And Manuel is actually going to park himself up top with Paradox. They go in dual lane versus tri-lane here, and should be plenty of damage to come out from this. Big Papa Bear is going to look him down, try to deal some damage out with his Burning Spears. Ends up getting decayed. This is a strength carry, so Decay ends up doing a lot to him, taking both HP and damage. But for right now, Decay doesn't really stack up all that much, or at least until he gets a couple of them off, and now it will start really hurting. This is 40 damage on the Huskar, but the Burning Spears ends up doing a lot over time. They've got the Earth Spike out. The Paralyzing Cask is coming through. Will keep the first blood on the Zacharific. Paradox gets himself away, but the two stuns working beautifully in tandem to find quite an early kill and quite a well-needed kill. Food Stamps, meanwhile, going to find the Bounty Rune in the top spot, and Flip. This is what the ward the orbs should look like, by the way. For those of you who remember a couple games ago, it got pretty hectic on the Invoker. As the game goes on past 50 or so minutes, particle effects start to get really, really weird. Maybe we see it this game, maybe not. For now, I don't know, but for the moment, with one kill going the way of the Dire, Big Papa Bear now looking to try to be a little aggressive here on Manuel Logan. Paradox, they've got the Earth Spike onto him, but the Fisher knocks Noob Me past the stairs up onto the high ground, and he just kind of walks away to safety. So I haven't really looked at this bottom lane yet, but it's going to be RZ and Edmund going up against a solo Box Tops. Now, Clockwork might have a little bit of trouble in this lane just because of the amount of magical harass that these two can output between the Arcane Bolt and the Lightning Storm. So he's going to have to be playing really safe and really careful in this lane if he wants to stay alive and not give up any free, easy kills. Food Stamp, meanwhile, they've got the Cold Snap on him. A Sunstrike will come down. Food Stamps will actually go down here, not recognizing the animation for the Sunstrike fast enough. And so, with him going down, that's going to be a quick kill for the Invoker, making it 1-1 right now. But the Invoker getting the kill on the Viper, definitely a much more needed kill, or a much more impactful kill at that as well. So, RZ and Flip doing better as far as farm goes. They both are top in the CS board. Of course, that early kill from Flip doing really well as well. And Big Papa Bear just kind of struggling to find his farm. He's 12-1, 13-1 now. So I guess not doing too terribly, but still, in comparison to some of the other guys on the board, he is falling behind, especially when compared to the enemy safe laner that he's going up against. But a lot can be said about Leshrac just being able to be a dominant force in lane on his own. And I mean, he's able to find those CS just by standing close to the lane and, you know, looking at the creeps. Paralyzing Cask will fly out, but it will bounce to the creeps and back itself away from him. Big Papa Bear wants to try to initiate on this. I feel like he's getting a little antsy, but at the same time, he's getting close to that armlet, so maybe he's not in as much of a hurry as I think, but his two supports are definitely willing to grab kills. They're both hanging within lane instead of going around stacking and farming camps and doing all the like. Instead, they're making sure they're within range just in case something goes down. And speaking of goes down, there's going to be a tombstone on the ground. Big Papa Bear is going to turn around, throw some burning spears out, goes out with the inner vitality, and Paradox starts taking a pretty decent sum of damage. Will go ahead and lose a couple decay stacks, which ends up stacking up and they doing a lot of damage to him. Sunstrike goes down and Big Papa Bear will end up dropping. So a 2-0 up on the top lane and Tombstone, proving to be a little bit too much for them to handle, even between Inner Vitality and the Voodoo Restoration. He just did not have quite enough regen to sustain through the lane. So 5.5 minutes or so, 3-1 is what the kill score is going to end up being. RZ, though, still farming pretty well in the bottom lane. Box Top's not really able to stop him. And again, these Lightning Storms just stacking up and dealing so much damn damage to him. Meanwhile, Food Stamps going for the phase boots, but Invoker already has them. Flip, again, doing a lot better in this lane. His net worth is looking pretty good, too. He's actually the highest net worth in the game, increased by the Vipers by about 700 or so gold. So Viper, kind of starving, needs to really boost up his last hits somehow, but he's 14-1 to the Invoker's 20-7, and from this point forward, Invoker only does more and more damage. You can see hitting for 126 right now, to the Viper's mere 67. So this is when things get very, very hard for the Viper. Bottom lane, though, Box Tops could end up dropping here. RZ is looking for the Lightning Storm. We'll get it off. There's a couple more auto attacks. One more Lightning Storm comes out. He's going to throw it out, and there it is. Leshrac finding a solo kill onto Box Tops. Meanwhile, Manuel Logan, maybe they find a similar kill onto him, but he's already way back away. Paradox also coming in to provide a little bit of moral support. And so, canceling the clarity, a bit of a cheeky move from the Witch Doctor. Edmund has made his way back into the lane too. He doesn't really care about RZ. He just, you know, knows RZ can play alone, but once the push starts coming out, he'll be there, doing what he can to help. Meanwhile, Big Papa Bear is trapped by the Fisher, but now is let go. It looks like they've got the zombies in from the Tombstone, but in comes another Sunstrike, brings down Big Papa Bear. And unfortunately, another kill going the way in proximity of Paradox, who is someone you don't want to snowball out of control, but a lot can be said about some of these Sunstrikes coming out from Flip now. And regardless of whether or not they're showing up, they're still bringing him down. Big Papa Bear, meanwhile, throwing some burning spears onto Paradox, doing a little bit of damage, but right now, I mean, he's only level 4, so falling way, way behind in this lane to the Undying's level 5, almost 6. And he's just going to go ahead, try to farm right back up. And that armlet, not too far off, really, give or take, but he's really got to get that out as soon as possible, or else, you know, he'll never find his footing in this game. Even when he's got it, too, Sunstrike ends up being a lot to handle. Being completely pure damage, and a lot. Max Exhort build ends up dealing a lot with the Sunstrike. So now they're going to go ahead with the Air Spike out into Manuel Logan. He can't turn around for a Fisher. The Paralyzing Cask will also bounce between him and Paradox. They're trying to bring Paradox down with some Burning Spears. Papa Bear is actually going to die pretty heavy for this one, but he'll turn around at the last second, gets himself away, and Soul Rip will keep Undying relatively healthy, though not a huge amount of regen he gets from that. And so, we return back to a pretty passive lane. Food Stamp still trying to farm up. Now he's dealing a little bit more damage, but still nowhere close to the Invoker's main amount here.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
And it looks like in comes
what's happening to Dire's bottom
stay
tower.
on this one too much. He throws out the concussive shot, turns around, says, "Nope, I don't want any part of this," and backs himself almost away, leaving the Viper pretty much confused, but confused and slowed. That's the state of this Viper a couple of seconds ago. Edmund's still close by. He has another concussive shot, though, if they want to spend it. Invoker, though, doesn't seem quite ready for this, and instead, he'll go back to just farming up. A Fisher will fly through. A Decay as well. Big Papa Bear is going to go for the Inner Vitality. They drop down with a Tombstone. Another Sunstrike, and Big Papa Bear is gone. Very, very huge amount of pressure put on this Huskar right now. Every single time. He just gets cleaned up by Sunstrikes, and I mean, he can't deal with it either. Like, Sunstrike isn't something that he can break away from with his Berserker's Blood. He just dies to it. Pure damage is one hell of a attack against things like a Huskar. I mean, that's what now? 287 pure damage? That's about a quarter of his total HP. So yeah, that's more than, actually that's more than one of these bars. Each bar is 250 HP. That's more than one of those bars. That's just crazy.
Double damage.
So RZ,
Dire's mid
they
tower
go into the bottom lane. Box Top's still alive. After dying that one time, he hasn't really given up that much more, but he's struggling to find his footing in this lane. Level 7, so not too terrible. Could make a move onto another lane, go for a hook, and try to find a kill elsewhere. But he's not going to be able to do too much down here. And in fact, the longer he stays, maybe the less he's able to do as time goes on. But Fisher comes out, but now they want Manuel Logan. They'll bring him down very quickly. They drop a Tombstone, but it's only going to be food for them. As he goes down, now they can turn on the Tombstone, maybe try to bring it down, but they instead run away from it, leaving Noob Me to fend for himself against like 30 zombies. So he'll turn around, try to bring him down. He has to keep attacking them. And it looks like he will end up surviving here. Paradox, though, he realizes there's a chase here, and Food Stamps will actually go down here. So will Noob Me. All they have to do was bring down the Tombstone, but they didn't want to do it. And so now Paradox on the run. He should be able to get away from this one, though. As Slip makes his way on in. Wait, do they have enough damage to kill him? No, not nearly. Now Flip makes his way up. Does he have another Sunstrike? 10 seconds. He'll just bring down by Papa Bear in the meantime. Box Toss will go down to RZ. And 12 minutes in, already it's a 10-3 lead for the Radiant. Their golden XP lead? Well, just about 5,000. So looking very, very good for the Radiant. The Dire, although, are way on the back foot right now. That's a Mask of Madness coming out for the Invoker. Very odd, but at the same time, if he's going for more of a right-clicking build, it makes a little more sense. So, Food Stamps will continue to try to farm up in this mid lane. Invisible Sunstrikes, they're always invisible. Having them visible after they hit you doesn't make that much damage. I mean, it still is kind of sucks, but you're not supposed to see them at all. That's the point. So it doesn't make a difference in the game. Big Papa Bear. In the meantime, I see a little bit of aggression. Manuel and Paradox are up. And Sunstrike is now approaching, what is it, 300 damage now? It's still 287. Oh, he's still got 4 points in Exhort. Never mind. Sunstrike's available, though. Big Papa Bear has a little more HP, but they've got to still be careful. It looks like Paradox going to run through the jungle, finds Noob Me. They throw out the Earth Spike, but but they can't quite put him down just yet. They're going to go out with the Fisher. Noob Me is taking a lot of damage. In comes the life break on the Paradox, though. The Tombstone will drop. Now they're going to try to go ahead and attack it, but it doesn't matter. Mystic Flare comes down. Zacharific goes with a Death Ward, but the Sunstrike will come down and bring him out. Manuel Logan will go down because of this, but that's 1 for 3 is what it ends up being. Meanwhile, hook shot in. They got Flip, and they should be able to bring him down. They will. Box Tops gets the kill. 1,081 gold at 13 minutes. That's a hell of a lot of gold for your clockwork there. 30 seconds before Invoker's back up, too. He skewed a Deafening Blast, which is interesting. Maybe he would have been better off with Ghost Walk, but I guess, you know, flubbing around with the keys, trying to figure out how to make something happen. Something will happen.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
So we got TB down to the bottom. It's going to be Zacharific and Noob Me making their way down bottom, maybe trying to find some farm as the 2 supports. As it looks like Food Stamps is actually up in the top, and Big Papa Bear going through the jungle. Still looking for that armlet recipe, or looking for that armlet. He needs the 950 gold for the Helm of the Iron Will. And he can't even jungle right now. Like, he's so starved.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
On the run, they go over the Deafening. Oh my god. Special delivery for the Undying. Here you go. Boom. That's an interesting kill that just happened right there. But it just goes to show you, I mean, Radiant have such a huge advantage right now. And Dire, they're really going to have to struggle for the next couple of minutes to try to bring this one back. Because for the time being, they can't even really take a fight. Maybe they can. Box Tops is close by. Zacharific as well. Maybe they find Arteezy. Paradox is close, though. So going in would have to deal with a Tombstone as well. An Armlet will be finished up. They'll finally hook in. They pick up Arteezy. They go in for the Paralyzing Cast. But Mystic Flare will come down, but so will a Death Ward. RZ getting a lot of damage done to him. So Silence will kill the Death Ward. But Paradox on the run. Paradox will go down. In the meantime, Edmund on the run. Sunstrike will bring down Witch Doctor in the back lines, but Edmund slowed up to Oblivion. And they should bring him down, but no, Food Stamps has to turn around as Flip comes on in. Lots of damage coming out from the Invoker. They'll bring him down. It's a concussive shot to secure it. Though they sent out all sorts of spells to do so. And it's a 1 for 3, a 2 for 3 is what it turns out to be in the end. Not the kind of trade that Dire want, but at the same time, you know, any trade's a trade. And we can take a look. From that last, you know, fight or so, Dire actually got a pretty decent amount from it. So, you know, not all is bad about it. Zacharific's going to go in, puts the Maledict out. It's still level 1 Maledict, so that won't kill him. It may hurt a little bit. Last pick will probably only do about 20 or so damage. Nope, just as about 5. Okay. Flip, meanwhile, keeping the mid lane pushed out, or at least not pushing into his tower.
Dire's top tower.
Meanwhile, the top taking a lot of damage. Huskar dying to a neutral creep. Zacharific is in close by. Will go out, throw out the Paralyzing Cast and the Death Ward. And in fact, Paradox taking a whole lot of damage from this one. He could actually go down to the Malefice here. One more tick. How much damage is it going to do? Only about 80, I think. Yep, so Paradox stays alive. The mechanisms, all sorts of things to keep him alive there.
Dire's top tower's gone.
So, Paradox will stay alive. Very unfortunate for the Witch Doctor, too. He dropped a lot in for that kill. Got a couple lucky bounces, too. So, as it stands right now, Radiant have every opportunity to just push ahead in this game and really do whatever they can to solidify their advantage. They aren't pressured at all. And as long as they don't just sit back, passively farm, and give Dire some space to catch up, they should be fine. But they've got to be pretty careful with this Huskar, because despite being that far behind, Huskar doesn't need a whole lot to be a big monster in fights. RZ's going to go in, throw out the Lightning Storm. In comes Viper from the back. Food Stamp's going to let loose on RZ. They got a concussive shot. The Hex Huskar is going to go in looking for Flip, but ends up having to go back. Throws down the Inner Vitality. They've got the Paralyzing Cask. RZ taking a lot of damage. He'll go down. Edmund may also fall here. The Burning Spear's on top of the Maledict, though it still is a very early Maledict. However, in comes the Light Break by Papa Bear, getting a double kill. A huge amount of gold off of those two. 852 from a single kill. Meanwhile, they go on in. Paradox taking a lot of damage. They've got the Death Warp, but will be canceled by the Deafening Blast. Unfortunately, Flip might also be dead. The Light Break comes on through. Big Papa Bear taking a lot of damage from the sound to run away. But he's got the armlet and he's toggling through. Will bring down Flip. He may drop in the meantime. He will drop in the meantime. But still, the Huskar getting so much gold off the back of that. Undying grabbing a triple, but that Huskar went from very low to 4th on the net worth chart. And now he's got a full complete Helm of the Dominator. An entire item up from where he was at the start of that fight. Food Stamps looking for RZ. The damage is coming out. RZ will drop. Gives up 826 gold off of it. So a net gain for Viper of 496.
Dyer's bottom tower's getting the business.
Pretty decent for the Viper, but still doesn't want to end up dying. He wants to take those fights and stay alive. Maybe he goes straight into a Glimmer Cape here, not even finishing the Shadow Blade. We'll have to take a look if that's what he wants to do. It would be great for the magic resistance, but who knows? The Dire, though, they're not out of this yet. They've shown in the last fight that they have some potential, but just needs to refine just a little bit. Big Papa Bear, though he's a monster, he's not invincible, and he still has a ways to go before he can end up becoming a invincible monster. He's going for treads now, but he's going to be found by Flip. The Cold Snap comes out, plenty of right-click damage. He's going to go for the Toggle, and he actually dies to the neutral creep, so denies himself in a way. And doesn't give them anything, but loses a decent chunk of gold in the process. Looking for those power treads. Those will be absolutely pivotal in his ability to sustain just a little bit more than how he's been. So Ancient Steel, Concussive Shot on the Food Stand. Zacharific goes in. Looks like he drops a Death Warp, but right underneath the Mystic Flare. RZ, the Maledict is still out on him. No, it isn't. Food Stamp's taking a whole lot of damage. The Hookshot comes in. Box Tops will bring down the Shrek. And now they continue to chase. They want Edmund. Can Noob Me find it, though? The Concussive Shot will slow both of them down. And no blinks, no force stops, nothing to close the distance. They end up turning themselves away and backing out. Meanwhile, Manuel Logan will go ahead and just die to the tower, it seems like. As Noob Me will be brought down on his own high ground. And Dire have to back themselves up for a bit. 30 seconds before their lines back up, 12 before their Viper. I wonder if they can actually take a fight in the next couple of minutes. Zacharific and Box Tops will make their way in. Zacharific's actually got the Glimmer Cape, so that's going to really help against things like the Mystic Flare. And the Huskar, too, to be honest. So Paralyzing Cask flies through. Food Stamps will go ahead and start attacking some creeps, but they might go up and they might try to defend their Tier 2 tower. They've got everyone alive. Huskar looks like he's Roshing. Interesting, using that armlet toggle to Rosh. He easily can do it too. Like, he's hitting pretty hard, but he needs to be sure not to get bashed. Oh, it only hits 4 times. Even with a bash, yeah, that's not enough to kill him. Oh man, that one came close. Wow, this is pretty cheeky. So he'll go ahead, he'll get Rosh. I guess if you want to learn how to Rosh solo Rosh as a Huskar, you watch what just happened there, but Paradox now, going to get Finger of Death. They've got Mystic Flare coming down. It will divide onto 2, but doesn't matter. They've got the Death Ward also flying through. Zacharific should be able to bring down... Oh, wait, no, he didn't have the Maledict from the Paradox. A 4 for nil is what it ends up being here. And Big Papa Bear, he finds his level 11. He finds his power treads, but his team is all dead. So he's really got to stage the best comeback of his life, pretty much solo, if he wants to win this one. And we can take a look for the Golden XP grabs here. And experience, about 10k lead for the Radiant. 10k plus for net worth. So it's quite an uphill battle for the Radiant to climb, or for the Dire to climb if they want to win, and Radiant really shouldn't lose. I mean, they've got the decent mid to late game heroes to go against the Dire, and they've got plenty of team fight. They just gotta be careful not to let themselves get picked off one by one, and they should be fine. Earthshaker, meanwhile, is gonna go for an armlet. Kind of a weird move from him. A Blink Dagger could be a whole lot better for him, but this is the first sign of a throw. Itemization that just doesn't make any sense. We'll have to see. Skywrath Mage is getting very close to what seems to be a Bloodstone. That's pretty good on him. RZ already has said Bloodstone with a Yule Scepter at the ready. Meanwhile, the Dire, they've got their Glimmer Cape on the Witch Doctor. Food Stamps looking towards, as I say, I really want that to be a Glimmer Cape, but he looks like he's going for a Shadow Blade. Box Tops has the
Radiant's mid towers
the Blade Mail, and Big Papa Bear with the Aegis of Mortality. He's going to make his way up, finds Manuel, life break out into him, and they just bring him down. No time at all. Meanwhile, RZ is going to find Zacharific, though he does have a Glimmer Cape. Backs himself away. No real trouble, but he will end up going down in the long run. Big Papa Bear also going to go down, but he's got that Aegis of Mortality. Paradox still up. The Meatball flies through, but Food Stamps, he's not taking too much from it. Box Tops will go down, but Food Stamps is still sitting there, still attacking. Life Break up on the high ground. Edmund in a lot of trouble. Big Papa Bear, he'll go down, or he'll bring someone down. He'll bring out Arteezy as well. Actually, Noob Me brings down RZ. Big Papa Bear is just in the Yules while it goes on. Chasing out. Looks like they want Flip, but in comes a Deafening Blast. A Light Break will come out. Armament toggles out of it. Gets rid of the disarm, by the way, and Big Papa Bear will grab another kill. He's on a killing spree. 7 to 8 is what he comes back, but that's a 4 for 2. And it doesn't give the whole story of the fight, but he pretty much gets his Yasha or Sanj from that. In fact, no, he's even going for a BKB. Screw the Sanj and Yasha or the Heaven's Halberd or whatever I thought he was going for. The BKB will be the option for him. About 1,000 gold away from that now. Noob Me finds his Blink Dagger. And just like that, the Radiant, though they don't throw it, not yet, that's still a pretty huge amount that the Radiant or the Dire was able to pull. Yeah, look at that. Okay, maybe they did throw it. About 10k to 4k experience lead now. 12k to about 10k, maybe hitting down closer to 8k when the next update happens for net worth. And now Zacharific going to continue under Logan. The Deafening Blast from Flip will fly out, though. Does one auto attack, but that's about it for him.
Radiant's top tower.
Meanwhile, Food Stamps is in close. Proximity, but not ready to fight. Meanwhile, Big Papa Bear and Box Tops, they bring down RZ. Now Noob Me finds Edmund. The pings come out. Can he do it solo? He's going to throw one auto attack out, but there is a haste rune out onto Edmund, so he can't go ahead and knock him down anymore. And so, Dire will position themselves on bottom. Looks like they want to bring down this tier 1 tower, their first tier 1 of the game. And Flip, though he wants nothing of it, he is pinging out. He wants to defend it. It looks like it's as good as gone.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
So the tower gone. He's going for the knife. Gets the tornado up. The brown meatball comes down, but the Deafening Blast through. The knife break doesn't matter. He's on the run, trying to hide. He's in Ghost Walk, though. So he should be fine. Zacharific will go down to the tower. In fact, it gives the kill to Flip for some reason. And now Flip. Gotta be very careful. He's going to go ahead, hook on in to Manuel Logan. Big Papa Bear is going to bring him down. The light break comes out. RZ is in a lot of trouble as well. Noob Me was there, prepared. And Big Papa Bear will grab a double in that fight. And just like that, he's getting so damn far ahead. The BKB will be coming out to him. Box Tops chasing on the Paradox, but the Finger of Death comes out and brings down Edmund. Big Papa Bear focusing on the Tombstone. Now goes in the Paradox with the Light Break, dealing so much damage. Can he armlet toggle out of this one, though? Just be careful. Gets the armlet toggle, turns on the Flip, and then starts bringing him down, even though he's got the Ghost Walk. He does not. Now he's got it, but he's dead.
2 down.
Double kill again. Turning out to be a almost ultra kill for him as they happen in such close proximity. after that BKB, getting another 2,600 gold. Oh man, he is rocking and rolling right now. Oh boy. So, Huskar, 28 minutes, is now 11-8. Turning things around, top of the net worth. He was down here at around 10 to 15 minutes. That is incredible amount of comeback potential. But it's a Huskar. Again, he does that. But the amount that they just gave him is obscene. Not only in the past 5 minutes was he able to buy a BKB, but also has another 3,000 gold on top of that. Looks like he's going to go and grab himself a Reaver now. Bellator's a heart. And that's exactly what he'll do. 2,700 gold. Or 2,700 HP, rather. This Huskar might quickly become a major problem. Box top is going to get initiated on by Edmund. RZ is there. Newbie comes in, trying to help him out. In comes Food Stamps as well. They could bring down both. Eul Scepter keeps Newbie up in the bit for a bit as a Pulse Nova runs through. Brings down both of them at the same time. Finger of Death comes through on RZ and deals a significant amount of damage to him, but isn't enough to bring him down. The top tier one in the meantime, though, will fall Zacharific, split pushing out with all the space that's been created. And he's not really stopping right now. He's going for that Aghanim Scepter. He's got the Aghanim Scepter, by the way. No TP out, though, so he's going to push pretty much without a way to escape.
Radiant's top towers.
Glimmer Cape, I'm guessing he hopes is enough.
Radiant structures
Meanwhile,
must have been
Flip,
fortified.
pushing him through the mid, but Big Papa Bear is there. He's going to go ahead, light break on in. Does he have a Ghost Walk? He does. He's going to immediately pop on into it. Gets himself out of harm's way. Meanwhile, it looks like they might bring down Zacharific. Yeah, just like that. Expected.
Think of it.
No way for him to escape out of that one. No TP, no none. I mean, even the Glimmer Cape probably won't save you there. Flip, though, will grab a DD and a Haste Rune, but no one to kill with. That's kind of funny, actually. You know, you always count those two as the ones you never want to have someone have. DD and Haste. Oh, jeez. So, Flip will go ahead, try to find a kill. Box top might be it. Haste Rune ends as it doesn't last all that long. Big Papa Bear, meanwhile, looking for a kill. Does any of them dust? Any of them detection? Looks like not. Big Papa Bear is going to go in and find Edmund, but it's a BKB. He doesn't care about the Fisher. Now Manuel Logan in a lot of trouble, but he finally gets out his Echo Slam. Box top still staying strong, but it looks like Manuel will finally go down. RZ in a little bit of trouble. Big Papa Bear, though, sitting through all of it, brings down the Tombstone, looks to Paradox, throws it down on Paradox. He is not letting this one get away, though he's going to be careful. The Sunstrike will bring him down. Zacharific, in the meantime, with the Death Ward, the Maledict will bring him down. And now Zacharific continuing to chase. The Witch Doctor being the savior of that fight. Has enough for his Aghanim Scepter, too. Mystic Flare comes down, but he's got a Glimmer Cape if he needs to spend it. And it looks like he'll be alright. We'll head to the side shop, pick himself up that Aghanim Scepter. And it looks like Sunstrike still being a little bit too much for the Huskar to handle. He's in the middle of the fight, attacking everyone, and he's going to have his Satanic out, so I guess that's a major plus here. That's all he needed in that fight. If they had the Satanic, that would have been a completely different fight. And it looks like Roshan's back up, so once he gets the Satanic, he can go straight back into the Rosh Pit. And, well, clear that in no time at all. So, Huskar doing quite well so far. But he really needs that little more oomph to be able to carry this one solo, and that, I mean, the Satanic is it. So he brings it out. Maybe they go for that Roshan. It'd be really a great pickup for them to have another Aegis, because you remember what happened last time. They bring down the Huskar, but even though they can do it once, doing it twice is a whole nother animal. But it looks like maybe the Radiant, they want to head down, bring down those and bring down the Roshan for themselves. They're hanging out by the mid lane, though. Just kind of chilling out, trying to deal what damage they can. And it looks like a full-on engagement might erupt here as Big Papa Bear leading this one off. Walks straight on in. They're going to start out with a concussive shot, but that's about it. Just a bit of a warning shot. In goes the hook shot, though. Flip in a little bit of trouble. Does he have a way to get out? He's got the ghost walk. If he comes out of it, box tops after the Mystic Flare going to bring him down. The Big Papa Bear, the light break goes in. Brings down Manuel Logan as well as Edmund. In comes a deafening blast, though. Kitchen's 3. And now Big Papa Bear is pretty much left to his own devices. Zacharific is there with him. Hitting with Voodoo Restoration. Big Papa Bear's got that in vitality, though. Helping him up. He's got the Satanic as well. Regenning up with that. He's just tearing down Paradox. Goes after Flip. Goes for the easier target. Brings him down. Now Paradox again. Will get him. It's a rampage for Big Papa Bear. And in the end, he'll get the tombstone as well. Everyone's dead. Everyone in the entire game is dead. Okay, well, Skyrath is back, but he's pretty lonely. Holy crap.
Guess what's happening to Dyer's bottom tower?
I mean, I wish I could take a look at all of them. I wish they could consolidate all of these.
Best do something about that bottom tower.
Oh, what just happened? I don't know what just happened. I guess I just went back a little bit in time. Alright. We just went back in time a little bit. I clicked something and it went back. Oh well.
Tower.
Holy... Oh man, that...
Dyer's
Let's look at the
bottom
graphs.
tower's getting the business.
Literally nothing changes after that. Radiant gets a bit more experience, but that level off shows an even fight. Everyone died. Jeez. Well, alright. Now we return back to where we started. Huskar still dead for a bit. Going for an MKB now. I mean, the Solar Crest has been making Undying pretty hard to kill, so grabbing that MKB is definitely going to help him. Though he's quite a ways off from it right now, and needs another 1,600 gold before he's able to do so. The Javelins enough alone, though, are a pretty decent amount of damage. Pretty decent, cheap, straight damage, though. Looks like Edmund makes his way down bottom. He's got a haste rune. Potentially looking for box tops. Actually, might be box tops going to turn this right onto Edmund. Aegis still on the ground, though. But, okay, a Vanguard. Probably going to be building that one into a Crimson Guard. And Huskar? I honestly think he should have gone for the Aegis before that last fight. Maybe now he goes for it, but it's risky. Instead, finishing up that MKB will be the name of the game for him. BKB finished by Leshrac. That'll help him out a little bit. It looks like they want to go in mid. Newbie's going to go on. Started on Manuel Logan. They've got enough damage to deal initially to him. In comes the hook shot, too. Catches 2 of them. In comes the Death Ward, dealing a hell of a lot of damage. And so they will both go down. Those trapped in the cogs have no retribution. So 2 down with no buyback. Big Papa Bear is going to go in. Go ham. Life break in the Paradox. He does still have that Satanic. He'll pop it up and gets right back up. Pretty much to full. Dropping into Flip. Flip's going to go down as well. They're all down without buyback. Big Papa Bear. He's going to have life break up very soon. In fact, he's got it. But no use for it right now. The mid tier 1 tower goes down. They could just grab the tier 2 and then go Roche, but it looks like they want to go Roche first. And I can't fault them for this. They do want that Aegis for mortality, and it's going to be really useful to have. So Big Papa Bear also should be able to completely buy out his MKB if he gets the last hit on the Roshan. So Roshan should be going the way of Big Papa Bear. That's going to mean they pretty much win the next fight if they take it smart. And so As the last guy draws his last couple of breaths, goes for a bash. Will he have enough? Yeah, he will. Outright can buy his MKB. Not sure what's he waiting for. Where even is his MKB? Okay. There we go. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. So MKB's up. Inner Vitality, bringing him back up to full. Now Dyer can go ahead and just run straight in for the next fight. I mean, not like they couldn't before, but now they can do so without having to worry about losing. So as it stands right now, 52-40. We can take a look back at the grabs here. And after that last fight, yeah, just as expected. Dyer will take their first lead of the game since, 5 minutes. And bring it back down into their favor. Looking for their next fight now. Looking down from the top down. They finally get to taste this sweet, sweet advantage. It's up to them to hold on to it. And typically when this kind of thing happens, the team that brings it back is the team that will maintain it. But you can't count the other team out just yet. Just because they've lost a little bit of advantage. That puts them pretty much in the same position that the enemy was at not too long ago. So all you gotta do is tighten up a little bit. Maybe take a good fight, and you can easily bring it right back. Momentum is a lot in Dota. And right now, Dyer's got it. Let's see if they can hold it. Going for the tier 2. Big Papa Bear with Aegis, with BKB, MKB. He's got everything he needs. He's pretty much 6-slotted right now.
Radiant's mid towers.
Aegis acting as a honorary 6th slot here. So he makes his way in. Food stamps on his back. They could just break the high ground right now. Maybe just go YOLO for it. The Fisher will come out. Manuel might be in a little bit of trouble, but they're not going to opt to jump on it just yet. In fact, there are still 2 tier 2s standing. Maybe they just go to the bottom, bring down that tier 2. Maybe go to the top, bring down that one. Before they even think about completing out this Rax. But for right now, they've got their eyes set on the prize. And they want to go ahead and get the first Rax of the game, 40 minutes in. So, Big Papa Bear going to make his first steps to the high ground. His box tops will catch 3 in his cogs. The Echo Slam comes down but hits nothing. The Death Ward, the Finger of Death. So much damage coming out from all of them. And Big Papa Bear and the back lines just doing everything he can to clean up. That's far down without so much of a blink of the eye. Noob Me with the Aghanim Scepter. Zacharific with the Aghanim Scepter, catching them all within the cogs. Couldn't have asked for a better initiation. And now they just go straight for the throne here. Bring down the tier 4 as they waste no time. Not going to let this one go 80 minutes. They want this. They want it so bad. Big Papa Bear letting loose on some of the towers. Box tops looking like he wants to tank it a little bit. But no buybacks thus far. Mystic Flare doing pretty much jack. As the tier 4s now will go down. And so, with the unofficial GG well plays being thrown, Box Top's going for another hook. They bring down Edmund, or at least it looks like they do. Finally they do. And the Ancient will drop. Dyer will end up victorious in this matchup. Radiant throwing away a 10,000 rather golden Experience lead. Volvo, please fix Sunstrikes. GG well played to both the teams. Okay. And a welcoming gift from Noob Me. Alright, thanks for joining me, guys. We will catch you all for more of the Golden Aegis cast series next time.